So as many of y'all know, we were hit with a Category 4 hurricane, and we were in the direct path of this hurricane. Luckily, where I live, I say luckily and I say it lightly because so many people here are very devastated and have lost so much. But then you watch the news or whatever, and like I have friends that are in different parts of the town, different parts of the city, and they lost everything. And you know, at that point, the little bit of water in on the carpets doesn't seem that bad, you know. But no matter how much damage you sustained, or how much you lost, or how little you lost, we are all like going through this like state of shock, like seeing the people that are affected by this Hurricane Harvey, and just watching the news, watching people have to gut their homes, driving down the streets and just seeing the mass amounts of belongings just out on the side of the road. It's crazy and it's heartbreaking, and it does take an emotional toll on anyone. Sorry guys. So this is my Hurricane Harvey story. I'm wanted to make a video about Hurricane Harvey so that people could see exactly what is going on here in Houston, and not just Houston, but I believe it affected the whole coast of Texas, the whole Gulf Coast of Texas. And so it's just, you know, statistics for this flood. If that rain would have fallen as snow, the snow depth would have been 42 freaking feet. That's a lot. That's almost twice as high as what the Donner Party was stranded in. In just 4 days, Harris County, home of the fourth largest city in the U.S., was hit by enough rainwater to run Niagara Falls for 15 days. With over 48 inches of rain, Harvey set a record for the total rainfall from a tropical system in the continental U.S. Okay, so that means that this dropped the most rain that has ever came from a hurricane, tropical storm, tropical depression, anything like that. Harvey beat them all. Harvey forced the Weather Service to add 2 new colors. The ones it uses to indicate rainfall levels on the weather map. So you go, Harvey. You are just setting records all around, right? Rain from Harvey could fill all NFL Division I college football stadiums more than 100 times. The fact that Harvey was still labeled as a storm 59 hours after landfall means it is the longest Texas hurricane that has remained a named storm in history. It is now the most rainfall ever recorded in the continental U.S. from a single rain event. It's crazy, right? Another thing I had read on Facebook was, if you are in the area that was affected by Harvey, even if you say you're okay, you are likely not okay. Your nervous system is likely shot from anticipating your house would flood, even if you ended up being lucky and didn't have any flooding. Your sleep has likely been spotty, fitful, and interrupted by hypervigilance. You likely have spent days and nights worried sick, not just about your safety, but the safety of your friends and family and others. You likely have encountered days of eating things you are not accustomed to eating. Yes. Yeah, so you've been stuck in a house, you've been trapped between 4 walls, and your anxiety is probably heightened. And I can attest to that. Yes, amen to all of that. It is just the most exhausting experience I have ever been through, and I've been through storms. I've been through Ike, Katrina. I've been through these storms, and nothing compares to what Harvey did and what it has done and how effective it is. So my story, my Harvey story is, we were at my parents' house when the storm hit, and we didn't think it would get much water in over there, and it did. And we ended up having to, me and my mom, we stayed up all night, my dad, we stayed up all night long with a 5-gallon shop backing the water out, like shop backing it out and dumping it, shop backing it out and dumping it, shop backing it out and dumping it. And then, like, I remember, like, it was probably about 4 in the morning. We had already been up all night long doing this, and about 4 in the morning, the water just started coming up, like, because there was nowhere for it to go. So it started coming up through the bathtubs and through the toilets and through the sinks. And it was just, the smell was horrific. The thought of, like, oh my God, you know, what do we do now? Like, you feel hopeless, like, because we're sitting here and we're like, we're trying to protect the drywall, we were trying to protect the items in the house, we were trying to protect everything by doing the shop vac and trying to get everything out as it was coming in. And I mean, it was coming in just as fast as we were sucking it out, and then that happened, and you're like, oh my God, you know. So me and my mom, we fastened some rain boots out of trash bags because we didn't have any rain boots, and we got in there and we like hurried up and looked up online, like, how to DIY like barricades. And so we got wet towels, put them in trash bags, and we're trying to, like, barricade off the water from getting any further, which only made it seep through the walls and go into the other rooms, because we didn't really think that through very well. But it was just a mess, guys. It was a mess. And I feel so silly even complaining about it. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm just sharing with y'all what I went through. But it's not a complaint, because I see, like, I have a friend who, you know, she showed me pictures of her and her kid being rescued in a dump truck. I have a friend who was rescuing people in his big rig, and he was going out into the waters. He actually ruined his big rig doing this, protecting and saving people that couldn't save themselves. They were stuck and stranded in the waters on their roofs. I mean, it just mind-blowing. And people close to me that have lost every material item they own. It's heartbreaking, and I'm getting, like, choked up just thinking about it right now, because it has been crazy insane here. And so I got some images and some video from Harvey, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So let's get to that.
Clockwork, you almost genius. What's up, y'all? Headed to Houston. It's nasty out here, but I got some folk that may need my help. You know what I'm saying? If I can drive them out or pull them out or whatever. And I got some supplies. So, you know, hey, prayers going out to Houstonians.
Historic flooding in Houston. Make that there is historic flooding in Houston. Just look how heavy this rain is coming down now. People are trying to get in and out of neighborhoods. That is Brave Bayou behind us, which leads into another bayou, which is flooding Interstate 69 now in part of all of that area. This has just been going on since about 7 o'clock last night. There were a few breaks, but for the most part, it sounded like...
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Not from the wind or lightning, but just from the heavy...
What we gotta go through to get these folk out, man. These cars is buried. I'm about 4.5 feet of water, but my breathers is up here, so I can travel through it. I'm just getting every family out I can. You know, I ain't gonna be able to get to everybody, but there's a lot of trucks out here. You got dump trucks out here moving. You got other 18-wheeler drivers. They out here with me. We all trying to get a family out at a time, you know what I'm saying? It's bad out here. If you can stay off the road, please stay off the road. But if you got a big truck, you got time on your hands, come on out here and help these folk, man. Just give them the higher ground so that they can get closer to their families, because can't nobody get to them out here. All right, yeah. All right, meet my new friends. Hola. Hola. It's a monster out here. Gotta get everybody safe.
Waters like receded, we're all just kind of in this daze, like, what do we do now? You know, like, I think it was even before the floodwaters receded, we were kind of like in that state, like, what is going to happen now? How is our community going to deal with this? How are people going to react to this? What is going to happen? Are people going to start looting? Or what is going to go on? And I will be here to tell you that what we saw here in our community and in the communities surrounding us was amazing. The love, the compassion, the empathy that people had for each other during this time and are still having for each other is just beyond belief. So many people really stood up and said, we're here for you. We're going to help you. Give me your hand. You are not going to sink in these floodwaters. We've got you. And it's just been so amazing, not only to be a part of the relief efforts, but to see the relief efforts and to see people rescuing people, to see people being there for people emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. People have stepped up to help other people. and it's just been amazing to see that. So here's a few little clips of that. So I just say that this Hurricane Harvey, has taught me so much. It has taught me how to make barriers. No, how to make rain boots out of trash bags. No, it has taught me so much more than just that. It has taught me just generosity goes so far, being selfless, loving your neighbor just as you should, just as you're told to do. I mean, it makes you feel good, but imagine how great you're making that person feel. The person you're helping, the person that just lost everything. I mean, just going and helping them pick up sticks out of their yard, or tear out some drywall, or, you know, to carry their furniture out to the curb, helping them deal with the emotional burden of losing personal items that can't be replaced. They aren't just materialistic items, they're memories and stuff that cannot be replaced. Helping them get through that. Cooking somebody a hot meal when they've been working all day tearing apart the business that they just got finished building. It's things like that, and it's so self-gratifying, but it's so much more than that, because you know you are helping someone, and you know that that's something they're going to cherish for the rest of their lives. And it's been a great teaching opportunity for me to teach my children that we are selfless. And yes, we dealt with some damage, but we are blessed in comparison. Our issues are very minimal in comparison to what we have seen, who we have helped, and all that. And for our children to humble themselves and go out there and be a part of the relief effort. It's just been amazing to see and amazing to be a part of, and I'm just so grateful for the way Houstonians and surrounding area people have handled this. I am so proud of my community. I am proud of Texans. I am proud of us. I've always been a proud Texan. If you watch my channel, you know I love Texas, and you know I love my little Texas things, but even more so now. If you thought Texas were big-headed, we are going to be 10 times more big-headed, because we handled this amazingly. I'm proud of each and every one of you. I am so grateful for Boone Blackbird, who went out there and risked his business, his company, his truck, his means, his way of living. He went out there to rescue people, and I'm very proud of him. I am proud of everyone at my church who has stepped up and helped our community, who has gone to people's homes and helped them deal with the burdens that have been laid upon them from the storm. I am so proud of my children who have selflessly given things. We have cut our wardrobes in half for others, and, you know, just minimal things like that. I'm just so proud of everyone who has come together and who has focused on what is important during this storm and not the little petty things. It has been amazing to see. I am so proud to be a part of this community. I'm so proud of every one of you who has helped. Thank you to the Cajun Navy, to the Texan Navy, to the Red Cross, to anybody who has helped us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to the shelters who have housed these people. Thank you to the churches and the donation centers who have gathered donations for the people who have lost everything. I can't say thank you enough to enough people. I am so proud of everyone that is involved in my life, and everyone who I have seen, and everyone who I have met through this experience. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video and y'all got to get a little insight of Hurricane Harvey from a citizen's view. And I love you guys, and I hope that Texas was an example for others of how we should handle disasters and how we should handle ourselves. Anyways, I will see you guys later. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, hit the little bell right next to the subscribe button. You're going to get a notification every single time I post a new video. How awesome is that? Bye, guys.